was a comforting habit, something she had done since childhood. Every night, as she drifted off, her faithful dog would lick her hand, a gentle reminder that she was never truly alone. But that night felt different. The house was too quiet. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows, and a strange unease prickled at the back of her neck. Still, she told herself it was just another night, just another storm. She turned off the light, pulled the covers close, and let her hand dangle over the bed. Wet, warm, a reassuring lick. She sighed. A dog was there, as always, safe, loyal, watching over her. Sleep took her. At 3:47 a.m., she woke with a start. A sound, a slow rhythmic drip echoed from the bathroom. Her throat tightened. The faucet must be leaking again. Carefully, she slipped from the bed, her bare feet cold against the floor. The house felt different in the dark. Too still, too heavy. She hesitated, then crept toward the bathroom. The dripping grew louder, and then she saw it. Red, thick, pooling beneath the sink. Her breath caught in her throat as she followed the slow, crawling trickle up to the shower. With trembling hands, she pulled back the curtain. Her dog hung from the shower rod, throat slit, blood dripping into the tub. A choked sob ripped from her throat. Her mind reeled, her body frozen in horror. Then she saw it, scrawled on the mirror, written in dripping crimson. Humans can lick too. A whisper brushed against her ear, a slow, hot breath against her skin. She was not alone. Charlotte is a tragic and chilling tale that has haunted New England for generations. A story of beauty, vanity, and a chilling price paid for pride. The legend speaks of a young girl, fair Charlotte, who, say that on cold, moonless nights, you can still hear the sound of a sleigh's bells echoing through the frozen streets, but no sleigh ever comes into sight. They say it is Charlotte's spirit, doomed to ride for eternity, seeking warmth she will never find. A warning, a reminder, vanity can lead to a cold, unrelenting end. Van Death is a terrifying urban legend that has haunted South Korea for nearly a century. The myth claims that sleeping in a closed, windowless room with an electric fan running can lead to a horrifying and sudden death. The chilling idea is that the fan's cold breeze, combined with the still air, will suffocate the person or cause their body temperature to plummet, leading to fatal asphyxiation. Some versions say the fan creates a vacuum, draining the oxygen from the room, leaving the sleeper to suffocate in their own bed. The origins of this grim tale date back to the 1920s and 1930s, a time when South Korea was gripped by superstition and fear. Since then, the legend has persisted, warning people to never sleep with a fan on in a closed room. Even in modern times, the myth holds sway. In 2011, the Korea Herald reported the death of a 59-year-old man found lifeless with a fan pointed directly at him, reinforcing the chilling idea that the fan had taken his life. Though skeptics dismiss the phenomenon as a mere myth, the fear of fan death remains very real to many. To this day, warnings against the practice are printed on many fans sold in South Korea, a constant reminder that some dangers are said to lurk in this seemingly innocent hum of an electric fan. The 27 Club is a chilling urban legend that has gripped the imaginations of music fans and mystics alike. A macabre pattern as if some dark force claims them before they can fully realize their potential. Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, and Jean-Michel Basquiat, each of them brilliant and tragic in their own right, died at this cursed age, their lives snuffed out in ways as mysterious as they were haunting. Some say it's a cruel twist of fate. Others whisper that a sinister force, something beyond mere coincidence, pulls these gifted souls into the abyss, despite studies debunking the statistical spike of musician deaths at 27. The legend persists, fueled by the sheer number of luminaries who met their end at that cursed age. The mystery deepens with each new member of the club. Every death, a reminder that talent and fame come at a dreadful price. The 27 Club is not just a myth, it's a grim reminder that some things are too powerful to be explained. An eerie mark, a final note that echoes through history, far too chilling to ignore. The gateway to hell is one of the most chilling urban legends in America, a place where the veil between the living and the damned is said to grow thin. Located in the desolate Stull Cemetery in Kansas, the story tells of an ancient, crumbling church that once stood at the edge of the cemetery until it mysteriously collapsed. But even after its destruction, the legend remained, for beneath the rubble was a set of stairs leading into an abyss that was never meant to be uncovered. On Halloween night and during the spring equinox, it is said that the stairs, cloaked in darkness, become a gateway to the other side. Those brave or foolish enough to descend are said to hear whispers as if something or someone is calling from the depths of hell itself. The air grows thick, suffocating with an unnatural chill, as if the very ground beneath your feet is pulsing with dark energy. Locals speak of shadows that move on their own, fleeting glimpses of figures watching from the tree line, and an overwhelming sense of dread that grips anyone who dares approach. They say the devil himself walks the grounds of Stull Cemetery, waiting for the next soul to step into the gateway to hell, never to return. And on those cursed nights, the gates are wide open, inviting the lost into the eternal dark. The Ghost Boy of Clinton Road is one of the most unsettling urban legends, set in the eerie, desolate stretches of Clinton Road in New Jersey. The legend tells of a boy, young and innocent, whose life was tragically cut short near an old, crumbling bridge that spans the dark waters below. Since his death, he is said to haunt the bridge, waiting for the living to come and play his haunting game. Those brave or foolish enough to stop at the bridge and toss a coin into the murky water below might find themselves in the grip of something truly supernatural. As the coin sinks into the dark abyss, the legend claims that the ghostly boy, his presence barely more than a shadow in the dim light, will return the coin to you. But it isn't just the coin that's returned. There's something more chilling about the encounter. As you wait in the silence, the temperature drops, and you may feel a cold hand brush against your own. The touch of the boy reaching out from the grave. Some say the boy's ghost is trying to communicate, trapped in a never-ending loop, replaying his last moments. Others whisper that his return of the coins is a dark invitation, an omen that something more sinister waits in the shadows, watching and waiting for the next visitor. The Ghost Boy of Clinton Road is not just a tale to be told. It's a warning. If you ever find yourself standing near the bridge, don't throw the coin, because if he comes back to return it, you might not ever leave. August 14th, 1955. Descriptions of the beast are chilling and vivid. An amorphous, green-hued humanoid creature with long, grotesque claws that gleam like the sickly green of algae-covered stone. It is said to lurk just beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Its movements slow and deliberate, hidden beneath the murky water. The first encounter was described by a woman who, while swimming in the river, felt something grip her leg with unnatural strength. She screamed, kicking and flailing as sharp claws dug into her flesh, pulling her under the water. She managed to escape, but the horrifying marks on her leg told the tale of a beast far more sinister than anything known to the locals. The creature's claws are said to be long, curved, and razor sharp, capable of tearing through flesh with terrifying precision. It's been whispered that the green-clawed beast has attacked other women over the years, pulling them beneath the water, where their screams are swallowed by the river. Some say the creature is ancient, a primordial thing that has always existed in the dark, forgotten corners of the river, while others believe it is something more recent, a twisted mutation born from the foul depths. But one thing remains certain: the green-clawed beast is out there, waiting, lurking just beneath the surface, always hungry, always watching, and it's only a matter of time before it strikes again. In the dark streets of Chicago, a sinister legend began to spread in 1991, one that would haunt the city for years to come. It was a tale of a killer clown, an unsettling figure who lurked in the shadows, preying on the innocent. His name was Homie the Clown, but there was nothing funny about him. The story began quietly, like a whisper carried on the wind. At first, people only spoke of him in hushed tones. Rumors of a man dressed as a clown who stalked the streets late at night. But as time went on, the whispers grew louder, and the terror of Homie the Clown took shape in the minds of Chicago's residents. Unlike the harmless, silly clowns seen at children's parties, Homie was a twisted figure, his face painted in grotesque, garish colors. His smile was wide, unnaturally so, revealing sharp, jagged teeth beneath the paint. His eyes gleamed with malice, empty and cold. He would appear without warning, lure his victims with false promises of a joke or a laugh. But those who approached him never returned. Some say he carried a knife. Others whispered about darker tools hidden beneath his colorful costume. But it wasn't just the violence that made Homie the Clown so terrifying. It was the way he moved. Silent, swift, like a predator waiting to strike. His presence was more than just a man in a costume. It was an embodiment of nightmare, a monster hidden behind a mask of whimsy. People spoke of the eerie, blood-curdling laughter that would echo long after he had vanished, the sound lingering in their minds, a constant reminder of the terror he left behind. As the rumors spread, fear began to grip the city. Parents warned their children to stay indoors after dark, and the streets, once lively with activity, became eerily quiet at night. No one knew where Homie the Clown came from, or what drove him to commit such horrors, but one thing was certain. He thrived on fear, and the more people feared him, the stronger his power became. And then just as quickly as he had appeared, Homie the Clown vanished. Some say he was captured. Others believe he simply disappeared into the shadows, his legend continuing to haunt the city. But for those who lived through it, the terror of Homie the Clown never truly ended. His story became one of the most chilling urban legends in Chicago, a nightmare that would forever remind the people that sometimes, behind the painted smile of a clown, lies something far more terrifying.
In the dense, silent depths of Bradley Woods near Lincolnshire, a dark figure roams, the Black Lady of Bradley Woods, a spectre draped in endless mourning. She appears at twilight, her form shrouded in a flowing black gown that seems to absorb the very light around her. Her face is pale and sorrowful, framed by a long, dark veil that hides her eyes, but reveals a silent, haunting grief etched across her ghostly features. Legend says she was once a young woman, a mother whose husband went off to war, leaving her and their infant alone. But one terrible night, soldiers stormed the village, stealing her child and leaving her desolate. Consumed by a profound, unyielding sorrow, she wandered into the woods, where her wails of despair echoed through the trees. Now, her restless spirit haunts the forest, forever searching for the child stolen from her, an eternity bound to her endless mourning. Those who have seen the Black Lady say she moves without sound, gliding over the forest floor, her black dress trailing like smoke. Her presence brings a chilling, bone-deep cold, and her mournful cries pierce the night, carrying a sadness so intense it leaves an ache in the hearts of all who hear it. Villagers warn against approaching her, for those who venture too close feel an icy hand grip their shoulder, a desperate, lingering hold, as though she's begging for help. Some believe that if you call out to her, she will turn to you, lifting her veil to reveal hollow, grief-stricken eyes that seem to draw you into her despair. Those who meet her gaze are said to be marked by sorrow, plagued by visions of loss and shadowed by misfortune. To this day, locals avoid Bradley Woods at dusk, lest they encounter the Black Lady and her relentless sorrow, a tragic figure bound forever to her haunting search for the child she lost. hours of night, when the world falls silent, a chilling urban legend creeps into the minds of those who've heard it. The tale of the black-eyed children. These sinister figures, resembling children aged between 6 and 16, have been reported on doorsteps, in parking lots, along deserted roadsides, and even knocking on car windows. Their pale skin and soulless black eyes, unmistakable and unforgettable. They appear vulnerable, lost, perhaps even in need of help, but there's something undeniably wrong about them. The stories are always the same. A lone person is going about the night when there's an unexpected knock. Upon opening the door, they find two children standing in the shadows, heads tilted down, hands clasped tightly. They speak softly, their voices eerily calm, asking to come inside, pleading to be let in. Please, we're lost, they whisper. We need to use your phone. Let us in. An inexplicable dread seeps into the air, an instinctive warning not to trust these children. Their presence feels wrong, alien. The unfortunate souls who've encountered them describe a rising terror, a sensation so primal it makes the hair on the back of their necks stand. These children will persistently ask to be let in, growing more insistent with each refusal, their voices slipping from gentle to unnervingly demanding. The true horror, however, lies in their eyes, pitch black orbs, empty of any warmth, life, or humanity. Once the blackness of their gaze is noticed, the fear becomes inescapable. Witnesses describe an overwhelming urge to shut the door, to flee, as if staring into those eyes could drain one's very soul. Some unlucky individuals have reported letting the children inside, only to be overcome by feelings of despair and dread. Their homes feel darker, colder, and they report experiencing nightmares and a constant feeling of being watched. Those who survive such encounters claim their lives are never the same, haunted by sickness, misfortune, and a sense of something unseen lurking just beyond their vision. Legend has it that the black-eyed children are not children at all, but creatures of something older and darker, a malevolent force cloaked in the innocence of youth. They cannot enter unless invited, yet they possess a strange hypnotic pull, as if they can bend their victims' wills to their own. Those who encounter the black-eyed children speak of them in hushed voices, sharing only vague details, fearful of summoning them back by remembering too clearly. And for those who live alone, beware of unexpected knocks on your door late at night. Because if you ever hear a soft, insistent voice asking to be let in, resist the urge to open the door. Turn off the lights, stay quiet, and pray they leave before you catch a glimpse of their hollow, black eyes staring through the darkness, waiting.
In the eerie world of fame, there lies a chilling superstition, the celebrity death rule of threes. It's a whispered belief one celebrity falls, fans and the media alike brace themselves, knowing all too well that this is merely the beginning, a grim countdown until 2 more lives are claimed. They say that death has a peculiar hunger for threes, a dark, insatiable pull. Once the first life is taken, a sense of dread seeps through the industry, thick and unrelenting, and the clock begins ticking, its silent chimes echoing like a death knell. Paparazzi, fans, and celebrities themselves grow tense, waiting for the next blow to strike. One by one, names appear in the headlines, lives snuffed out like candles in the night. Some insist it's mere coincidence. Others believe that death itself is toying with them, reveling in the twisted rule it's written in shadows. People recall eerie patterns, clusters of stars who fell too close together, as if drawn by some unseen force. Musicians, actors, politicians, all succumb, as if they're unable to escape this chilling fate. Whispers claim that those marked by the rule feel an impending presence, a shadow lingering just out of sight. And as the third life is taken, the specter of the rule retreats, vanishing until the next cycle begins, leaving fans haunted by the pattern, their hearts heavy with fear. So next time you hear of a celebrity's sudden death, listen closely. You may feel the cold breath of fate, hear the ticking countdown, and wonder, who will be next? The rule of threes is always watching, an unseen predator stalking the world of the famous, waiting, calculating, until 3 more souls join its haunting collection. Deep in the dense, shadowy forests of Mexico lurk the Chinex, small, sinister beings of Aztec mythology, creatures twisted by the ancient secrets of the underworld. Known as guardians of the wild, these entities are said to protect mountains and creatures, but their methods are anything but gentle. Those who wander too far into their realm often find themselves lost, surrounded by the whispering shadows of these creatures, who watch with dark, gleaming eyes. The Chineques appear as tiny men and women, but don't let their size fool you. They are as ancient as the mountains themselves, with wrinkled faces that twist into sly, knowing smiles, and voices that mimic the sounds of the forest. Leaves rustling, branches cracking, animals calling. They're often spotted just out of reach, watching intruders with a curious, malevolent gaze. And if you catch a glimpse of them, it's already too late. Legend has it that the Chinex guard their sacred lands with ruthless cunning. If they catch you trespassing, they'll trap you in their twisted labyrinth of roots and shadows, luring you deeper and deeper until you're utterly lost. And for those unfortunate enough to cross their path directly, the Chinex are said to steal a part of your spirit, leaving you hollow, haunted, a mere shadow of your former self. Some who have encountered the Chinex return, but they're never quite the same. They speak of hearing eerie laughter that echoes in their minds, seeing flashes of tiny figures darting through the corner of their vision, and they always warn ever stray too deep into the forest. The Shenekes are watching, guarding, waiting, for they are the keepers of the wild, and their spirits hunger for any who dare to disturb their domain. In the dead silence of the night, a woman returned home to an eerie sight. Her loyal Doberman, gasping and choking, its powerful body convulsing on the floor. Panic surged as she knelt by her faithful pet, its eyes wide with desperation, pawing frantically at its throat. She wrestled with its jaws, struggling to dislodge whatever was caught. Finally, with a sickening pull, she freed a grotesque object, a severed, bloodied human finger. Horrified, she quickly dialed the vet, explaining in broken words the disturbing discovery. "Get here now," she urged, barely able to suppress the terror building inside her. Leaving her Doberman with the vet, she returned home, shaken but grateful her dog had survived the encounter. Yet as she walked into her darkened living room, a sudden chill ran down her spine. Her skin prickled as if she was being watched. Then came a soft, almost imperceptible sound. Something dragging across the floor, moving closer. She reached for her phone, heart pounding, and dialed the police, whispering her fears into the receiver. When the officers arrived, they searched the house. In the shadows of her bedroom closet, they found him, a man crouched and clutching his bleeding hand, his face twisted in rage and pain, his gaze wild. Her Doberman had done more than just protect. It had bitten clean through the intruder's fingers, forcing him into hiding as he bled out in her own home, lurking only feet away. As they hauled the intruder away, the woman shivered, realizing how close she had been to unspeakable horror. Her brave Doberman had saved her life, but the chilling reminder of those bloodied fingers, a haunting trophy